Hello, everyone. This is kind of a desperate cry for help more than anything, honestly. I have had just the most roller coaster month ever. Like, it's been ridiculous. I don't even know what to do, okay? So, if you never seen any of my shorts or anything, I was a school bus driver, right? And it was decent money, but it was like I'm never going to be able to save up and do anything, and like rent's getting more expensive. I need to find something else. And right at the end of the school year, I had this golden opportunity just land in my lap. It was great. I'm like, sweet, this is like an answer to prayer, and everything's gonna be all right, right? So I go through with it, right? And it's for this company. It's called MRA. It's this like mobile experiential marketing company, which is like the weirdest company. I didn't even know that was a thing that people did. It was like you had these like set up display trailers that you could walk inside. They had like stuff inside. It was pretty cool, honestly, and they paid good. It was like salary 1,200 a week. They gave me 28 vacation days with benefits. It was great, right? So and what they told me, and this is what makes me so mad. This is what makes me so mad. Is they told me that I was good. So I come in, they ask me like I'm a truck driver. I got CDLA. I got like four, like 3.5 4 years of experience. Really depends on how you want to look at it, because there was some time off in there and whatnot. But I got like basically, like, let's just call it 3.5 years plus some extra. So like, whatever. I got a good amount of experience. A clean driving record. Over the road. I've driven a lot, no accidents, none. It's fine. But they asked to have manual, right? Manual experience, because I've only like they don't make manual semi trucks anymore. They only make automatics. You have to custom order the manuals, but they said that they had some manuals, and but because some they have some older drivers who requested them, and they bought them, which I'm like, that internally I'm thinking, well, that's stupid. Like, just make them drive the automatic, because any new guy you're gonna come in isn't gonna know how to drive. But luckily, like, I have the license for it. I tested on a manual, so I'm licensed for it. But I was very upfront with them. I've not driven a manual in like 5 years. Um, so like if you want me to on manual, you're gonna have to give me time to practice on it. And they said that's fine. Don't worry about it. We're gonna put you on an automatic. And this is what makes this like, I'm like, sweet, okay, sure, that's fine. And they said you're gonna be on. They're gonna be told me they was on this specific local route, and then and like, sweet, okay. And then one day, like, they're not gonna have me. Like, the way it works is like there's like specific tour dates, and the tour that I'm assigned on isn't going all the time. So if I'm not in there, I'm in the shop, and then I cover for anybody that's in there. And that's what they sold me. This is what I was going to be doing. I'm like, okay, sweet. So then I go in, and I'm in like, that's like the first week is all just meetings and getting everything set up, and the second week, it's a lot more, you know, like it. That was when I forget it was like the second or third week that they had me. There was two events that I went out and did, and I did those, and it was fine. They had me go out with somebody who drove, because before this we found out that the tour that they assigned me it has a manual truck, and the truck is specific to each tour because it's all custom, right? So the truck has the same theming as whatever you're touring with, right? So they can't just switch them out. So I'm like, oh, okay, so this is gonna be a problem a lot more sooner than later. But I immediately brought it up. I immediately went and talked to them about it, and like, they're like, oh, okay, we'll just train you up on it real quick. It shouldn't be a problem, right? And then like the next week, there was a guy who was in there who was on the second tour went on, but he was there a couple days before that. So he took me out and he took me on the manual test, like in just like we went in the parking lot, just the cab, and let me practice on it. And honestly, it was like riding a bike. You know, it was like I got to the point where I was doing pretty all right with it, and you know, I wasn't like, I wasn't missing the gears a lot. I was doing pretty good. I went from I can't even remember how to shift this to I'm doing pretty all right, and the guy wasn't helping me at all. Really, he was just there, kind of going like, yeah, no, just listen to the engine. He's not helping at all because he's not a trainer. He's just there, and he's just there to make sure I don't wreck the thing while I'm practicing on it. But like, so basically on my own, I go from I can't even remember how to shift this to okay, I remember what the guy told me when I was initially training for this, and I'm good. And I want to go on the road, but they said no. We need to get the shop manager, who like who was frustrating. So like any day while I was in there, I was with the shop manager, and the shop manager is like he's this like quiet, do it himself kind of guy, which is great. It's very an animal personality type, whatever. But he doesn't delegate at all. So like I'm just there following around. I'm like, hey, can you give me something to do? And he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna give you nothing to do. You're gonna have to, like just follow me around. Like, okay, I'm gonna look for something to do. So I end up like I'm sweeping. I talk to the warehouse manager. Like, hey, I'm asking anybody around me. Anybody got something for me to do? Because I'm standing around with my thumb up my ass, going like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna get paid good, right? I'm just like, well, whatever. I'm getting paid. I got the first check. It's a good check. It's like $2,000. It's like, but it's for 2 weeks. It's a bi-weekly, whatever. But it's good money. And I'm like, this is gonna meet my needs. I'm good, right? And they said, oh yeah, we'll get you trained out. Don't worry about it. And then I'm like, and then like 2 weeks of the one guy that was going out with me, he's not there anymore. He went off to he had to go to Atlanta, then New Jersey, and then he's going back to Florida. So he's gone. So then I talked to I'm talking like, hey, I'd like to get more practice in on the manual, and he's like, sure, we can do that, and then they never do. So I'm sitting around for like a solid week, and we do nothing. Absolutely nothing. If I didn't show up for a day, they wouldn't have noticed. And you know how I know this is because it almost happened. So this is the third week I'm there. The third week I'm there, they don't send me my schedule over the weekend. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just show up? And it takes me until like 10:30 to get a hold of the office lady to get like, hey, what am I supposed to be doing this week? Oh, you're just going to be in the shop all week with the shop manager. And like the shop manager didn't call me. He didn't be like, hey, where are you? And none of that. And I didn't want to go up there because I was kind of driving at this junker. Like, my car is crappy, and this will be relevant later. My car is crappy. So I'm like, if I'm not supposed to go up there, I don't want to go up there. Because every instant I'm in my car, I'm worried that it's going to die on me. Right? So, and I didn't have the money to fix it, That's why I was looking for a different job, because, like, I don't have the money for this shit. I don't have the money. And there's nothing I can do about it, because I was already working. Like, it was like an 8-hour route, but like there's plenty of breaks in there because it was a split up. We had like a couple hours in the morning, a couple hours at noon, a couple hours in the afternoon, and there's like a couple hours in between there, but it's all split up. So like you can't do anything in between there. So it was effectively monopolized your entire day. So unless you like have somebody at home to do all the stuff you gotta do at home. Like, you gotta do all that stuff, too. So, you gotta cook, you gotta clean, you gotta do all this nonsense. So, you can't even, you could, I wouldn't have been able to squeeze DoorDash in for more than, a couple hours every week, which is, $20 or $40 or whatever. So, it's not even worth it. So it's like it wouldn't have been, and that's more mileage on my car. It was a junker, which I'm worried is going to break apart at any second. So I'm like, no, this is not worth the mileage on my car, so I can't even do that, right? So I'm at work. I'm sitting around doing nothing, and I'm trying to get the shop manager to give me stuff to do, and he doesn't. He just doesn't. Right, and this goes on for like a week, and then the next week goes on, and this was last week, and it was a nightmare. It was an unbelievable nightmare the whole week. So on Monday, my car dies. I see white smoke coming out the back, and I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know what that means. I'm not a mechanic, but that can't be good, right? So I get to work fine, and I work throughout the day, and then I go home at the end of the day, and I get into a shop, and they quote me for like $5,000 on this thing. I'm like, I can't do that. So I'm standing outside the shop, calling my dad, and I almost get assaulted by this homeless guy. He starts walking up to me. He's like, like I don't even know. He's asking for something. He's like, I'm just trying to walk away, and he starts like being all aggressive and yelling and swearing and screaming at me. I'm like, well, that's scary. But I get inside. My dad's like, no, the thing's junk. Just get it home and we'll work this out tomorrow. So I have to take the next day off of work, and I don't have any paid time off yet, so I am losing a day of pay. But like, whatever. I can't get there anyway. Right? Like, so my dad, fortunately, he happened to have that day off of work too, and he knew a guy, so we went up, and like, we're just gonna go get you a new car. Like, okay, we're going to have to get a loan because I don't have a lot of cash right now. I've not been able to save up at all, no matter what I do. And so we go to the bank, and I didn't take out a credit card purposefully because I didn't want to abuse it. I didn't want to get into a death spiral, so I didn't get a credit card. And my credit was actually pretty good. Like, it was good credit, but I didn't have a lot of credit history, so nobody would give me a loan. And the loans they would give me were like crappy loans. So eventually, when we're at the dealership, my dad ends up co-signing for it. We actually get a pretty good, like, the down's really low, and like the monthly's not like bad. When I change my insurance, this insurance is going to screw me over, so I got to change the insurance on that. That's something I got to do because they're screwing me on it. It's like my dad's like, who's got multiple vehicles on his, like, and my is like, it's more than mine, and my driving history is clear. I have no wrecks. I got like one 5 mile and over speeding ticket, and that's it. That's the only thing on my driving record. I drive very carefully. But whatever. So we get the car. I'm gonna deal with that, and then Wednesday, somebody hits my back bumper. They didn't, thankfully. And like that's enough. My heart's in my throat. I'm like, oh no, this is a nightmare. Right? But thankfully, he pulls over, we exchange information, we call the cops. He's at fault because I was fully stopped at a red light. And he kisses my back bumper. And it's not even bad. Like if somebody comments, I'll take a video and show you. It's not even bad. It's something that, like, my dad's looked at, he said, like, oh, yeah, we can just fix that, it'll be fine. It's not even going to be a big deal. And, like, right? But it's still, like, I didn't need that day. And then on Thursday, the, like, HR lady or whatever calls me in her office. I'm like, oh, okay, are they finally going to do something with me? Hopefully this isn't bad. And it's like, oh, we're gonna have to let you go. I'm like, why? Because what? So you hire me, you don't give me anything to do, and you fire me because I'm not doing anything? Like that. How does that make any sense? And like, no, it's because you can't drive with manual. I'm like, well, like, I got that 2 days of practice in. They let me get like the 4 hours or whatever, and I was doing pretty good. Let me at least test on it before you let me go. And then, like, so I got to sweet talk them, and we were in there for like an hour, and I sweet talked them, and to let me test the next day. And I'm like, I'm obviously nervous. Like, this is like, I didn't get a lot of practice. Like, but like, it was not that bad. Like, it was decent. And like I'm like, okay, yeah, as long as things go decently well, it should be fine. Like obviously I'm a good with the regular driving, and they don't even like put me in like with an actual trailer. It's just the cab, right? Like so I don't think they had a lot of faith in me to begin with. So, but and then so the next day, and they also they want something to me in the shop, so they asked me to like start like detail cleaning the trucks, which I've never done before. I don't even know how I would go about that. But they had a guy that they used to detail cars, so it's whatever. But so the next day, and they told me like to talk to the shop manager and try to figure out how to set this up. And I've been doing that the whole week. Like I'm like, hey, can we get this started today? And he's like, yeah, sure, we'll get it started. And then we don't. So like he's not doing anything. I had talked to other people in the shop about this, and they had said that like yeah, we had hired people and then they would quit because the shop manager's not giving them anything to do. Like they don't have anything to do. And so they're just standing around all day, and they can't do that because then like the owner will get in and make a fuss about it. I'm like, oh, well, this is just like, so this is a systemic problem. And other people had said, yeah, the first month you're here, yeah, you never got anything to do. After that, you'll settle in. I'm like, oh, okay, so like, well, I'm about a month in to this job, so before too long, I'll be settled in. So I wasn't worried about it. And they called me and they say, yeah, we're gonna lay you off because we hired you under false pretenses. And I was honest. I told them what my job experience was and what I was able to do. And they said, they either are so incompetent that they don't even know what their own vehicles are. They don't even know what their own stuff is, or they got the wrong people hiring me in because they said you're going to be driving an automatic, and they don't give me an automatic. They give me a manual. So it's like it's not even my fault. Like this is like nothing about this situation was under my control at all. Right? Like I tell them I am a good driver, but I've only driven like automatics professionally. I'm legally allowed to drive manuals, and I can get them there, but like it's probably not gonna be too happy about it, right? And so then they test me on Friday, and I think it's going like it doesn't go. It goes pretty good. Like it's obviously I'm not experienced doing it, but I don't think the guy really was giving me a chance. He didn't even sit up in the front seat. He sat in the back. Like, because it's like, there was this like, it's not like a bunk bed situation. They got the bed up in the bunk, and then the bottom is like this table and chair setup thing. So, he's sitting back there, and he's telling me like, turn. He just has me go in a square for like an hour. And I'm just like, sure, okay. But like, you know, like I didn't drop any gears. Like if I missed something, I was able to recover afterwards. Like, yeah, it wasn't the smoothest thing ever, but like I didn't stall the engine, I didn't hit anybody. I was inside the lines the whole time. Not that he would have been able to tell from the back seat, you know? But like I thought I did pretty good. And when we got done, I told him like, "Hey, so did you good?" He's like, "Yeah." And it's kind of like I'm not gonna actually say words thing that he always is like. He's always a quiet guy, right? So I think I'm good, right? This is Friday morning, and he's got to talk to one of the office ladies about it to give the recommendation, and um and so then he goes in there and like he doesn't talk to them the rest of the day, and then they have me clean one of their trucks, which I'm like, oh, okay, they're not gonna have me clean the truck if they're just gonna fire me. So like obviously, so like I'm good. I think I'm good. Right? The weekend goes by. I go to my little niece and nephew's birthday party, and it was good. It was like too many people there. I don't like being around a lot of people, but like it was fine. And then Sunday, I was playing Marvel Rivals, and I forgot to set an alarm, so I missed Sunday service, which I feel bad about, but what are you gonna do? And then, Monday comes around. I'm like, I go in and I asked the drum manager, have you talked to her yet? And he's like, no. But I'm like, I still think I'm good. Like, like he would have said if I had done bad, right? But he didn't tell me that I did bad, because apparently I did do bad. And then I'm like, we go to lunch, and then halfway through lunch, right? So I'd already been there for a couple hours. The one lady comes and grabs me and says she's got to let me go. So now I'm out of a job. It's just nothing about this situation was under my control. I was honest with them. I told them my driving experience. I told them what I could do. And they said that it wasn't going to be a problem and that they were going to stick me on manual anyway. And they were going to stick me on automatic anyway. And the manual experience could come later. Right? So it's they lied to me. And they didn't give me the ability to prep up with anything. I wasn't even asking for you don't have anything for me to do anyway. And most of their trucks were automatics, right? So if they were just yeah, we don't need the theming on the truck, we just just give me a different truck, and it's fine, right? Or stick me someplace else. Surely you have something, you can move things around, but they didn't no, we're not going to move anything around. I'm like, oh, okay, sure, whatever. But we're not even going to let you train. We're going to make you, I was standing around doing nothing. I should have been more assertive. I should have been hey, let me go practice, but they're not going to let me practice by myself, obviously. But then nobody's going to come with me. So, if you let me practice by myself, I would have been fine. That's all that was needed. Just let me go over there and practice. 2 hours a day. Would have been fine. They would let me go 2 hours early. So it was I'm getting there at 9, and they let me go at 3, so I'm working a 6-hour day, which is great. But if you give me that 2 hours at the end of the day, said, hey, go over to the lot where we keep all our stuff, and then just drive around in the lot, practice your shifting, right? I would have been fine. I would have gotten enough practice in where I would have been fine. If that's all they had to do. I'd be no, we don't want to do that. We don't want to pay you to stand around and do nothing, but we don't want to train you. I'm just okay. And they were saying they were having a hard time hiring somebody to fill the position anyway. Because okay, so this is how crazy it is. Okay, so you need a truck driver. So you need somebody who already has CDLA, because they're not going to pay for that, right? So, and then you need someone with experience so that you know that they're any good, right? And you don't really want an old guy in there, because part of the job is customer experience. So you got to talk to the customers. And I don't know if you've met a lot of old truck drivers, probably not because they're on the road. But if you got to talk to any of them, they don't like talking to people, And I don't like talking to people either. But I can be friendly. I can talk to people. I can be friendly, and I don't mind that, right? So that's fine. But a lot of people, they don't want to talk to anybody. And there's somebody mowing the lawn while I'm doing my stupid rant. So that's just another thing. Nothing's going my way. And, so you're not really going to want an old guy in there, because plus they're going to have to learn a bunch of new stuff. There's a lot of manual stuff in there, so that, you got to do the setup and stuff, and that's, hard label. So you kind of want to, you either want a young guy or somebody that's used to that kind of thing. So, not a lot of people are going to be out right there, right? And the pay's good for somebody my age, but it's not amazing. It's not like you're making $100,000 a year or something. It was probably going to be $62,000, which is good. Don't get me wrong, but in this economy, it's not it's not amazing. It's enough to for a single guy to make a living and then a little extra, but it's not enough for a married guy. or somebody with kids. So that takes you out because of the pay. And then, so you want a young guy, and then a lot of younger truck drivers, like they don't make manuals anymore, which means they don't train on manuals anymore. A lot of them, like, they either don't train on manuals, and the ones that do also probably haven't driven one in a while because they don't. Companies don't have them. Like, there's not a, like they're not around. You know? So it's just like, all that's going to happen is somebody is going to get hired in there, and they're either going to be I could have, it's such a fumble on their part. It's so stupid. Because if they had just not hired me, I could have signed up. Like, I was a school bus driver. They have summer programs. I could have signed up for that, and I probably would have been fine. Like, I don't know if I would have got something because it was a limited spots and I was uncertain about it. I'm like, it was an uncertain position. I'm like, let's try this out, see if it works out. It didn't, apparently, for stupid reasons. Like, regardless of what you think about the situation, you gotta acknowledge it's stupid. Because it's like, I don't even know what I could have done. Like, because it's like, anything else I could have done could have also turned into a fumble. Because if I'm more assertive with the shop guy, he, a lot of people don't like that, especially gruff older guys. So you try to be assertive with him, try to get something done, and then he's like, "Oh, I don't like you very much, so I'm gonna fail you on the test regardless," which might have already been what happened. Like, we did not have a good relationship because nothing in common. I'm there. I can't help him with anything because I'm not a mechanic. I'm not an electrician. I don't know how to do any of this stuff, and they're not teaching me. He doesn't teach you anything. It's like, it's like when you're helping your dad out while working on their car. You're just holding a flashlight. I'm not even given a flashlight to hold. I'm not even halfway appearing to be helpful. I'm just there, and he doesn't give me anything. Which I never thought that would be an issue at a job. I've never worked a job where they're like, yeah, you got nothing to do. And that's your fault somehow. That's ridiculous. How are you going to hire me and then give me nothing to do and then fire me because you give me nothing to do? That's fucking stupid. This is ridiculous. And it's so frustrating because this kind of nonsense keeps happening to me. It always happens. Even when I was first starting out, just out of high school, I got a Little Caesars job and this kind of nonsense happened where somebody messed with my scheduling because they thought it would help them get a one over on somebody else, so that stupid stuff like that, or nonsense. All this nonsense. And I try to do the right thing. I show up, I do my job. But it's just it's just ridiculous. Every time. And it's just I hate to say it, but it's what am I supposed to do? I can't think of anything. And I've not told anybody about this yet. I just was I drove home. That's all I've done since this has happened. And cried, obviously. Because it's it's so frustrating. And nobody's gonna be able to help me with this. I talk to my dad. He's not gonna be able to do anything for me. They might, mom's not gonna be able to do anything. They're just gonna do that parent thing where just go in and give them a firm handshake, go and talk to them. That's never worked for me. I don't know if they just don't like the look on my face, or if I'm just because I can't talk to people. I just have such a hard time with it. I don't know their reaction. Like, I can't tell if people like me or not. I've never been able to tell. Like, I try to be friendly, I try to be helpful, and then, like, unless they're, like, I can't, like, are they just being playful? Are they just trying to be funny? Or do they just actually hate my guts? I can't tell. So, how am I supposed to have a conversation with somebody ever and try to figure out how to get a job when, like, I can't even talk to them? And you can't even, like, do an application online anymore because that's full of AI crap, either on the company end or they're posting ghost jobs or all this nonsense. I had an 8-month period where I was putting out applications every day for 8 months. And, like, and these were, like, not AI applications. It was like I was doing it. I got 2 interviews and nothing. The only jobs I've gotten since, like, Little Caesars and Domino's were because I got a recommendation or I knew somebody from church or something. And it's just like, it's just miserable. Like, I can't build anything for myself. I try. I do everything I can think of, and nothing. And then it's like, everyone else seems to be doing good. Like, maybe not amazing, but decent. Like, they got wives. I got nothing. I've had one girlfriend, and it didn't work out. I tried to do the best I could. Maybe I wasn't very emotionally available or something. I don't know. I tried to be. I tried to talk. Or something. I think, like they don't even know why she broke up with me. Like, because I talked to her parents, and I still talk to them sometimes. Not very often, because it's just kind of awkward. But, try to be friendly. And, her mom and my mom are friends, so it just kind of happens sometimes. And like, it's just like, I'm like, we were having family dinner. I was at my parents' house, and I just remember, like, my sister talking to my mom about, like, how she wakes up with all this anxiety, all this, like, and they're talking about it for, like an hour. And I'm just sitting there, and they don't even engage with me at all. Which I'm like, I don't care, whatever. I'm there. I don't know how to engage with this. Because, like, how am I supposed to feel when you're a stay-at-home mom, your husband's got a good job, he's a good guy, I don't, like, and you're financially secure, you got 2 beautiful kids, you're doing good, and you're waking up with all this anxiety over what? And I'm just like, and I'm getting fired for, like, nothing. Like, literally nothing. Like, they lied about what they wanted me to do, and then when I tried to do what they were asking for me anyway, I get let go, and now I gotta figure it out. Like, I didn't quit the school bus thing. We're just off because the summer break with 10-month employees, so it's whatever. I can just go back at the beginning of next year. I still have all the stuff. But that still gives me time before then that I can't. I gotta figure it out, and, like, so I'm gonna have to, like, do Uber and DoorDash in my new car, because I still got that. Like, I had to get rid of the old one, and I got it, like, I got it scrapped. I got some money off of that. It wasn't a lot, because it was such a piece of crap, but, like, it's gone. That's the main thing. And then I gotta worry about car bills. and like they were already, they already threatened to kick me out once because I owed them back rent, and like I made the first payment off the flash check when it was a lot, and they want me to do that like 7 more times. With what? Like, I don't got nothing, and there's no help. Nobody says, yeah, we can help you out. Like it's like, or if they do, it's like, I can't do anything with that suggestion because it cost money to do that. Like, I can't just go and do schooling because, or try to get more stuff because I'm at such a low level. Like, I got no money. And like, I'm not going to take out a loan for something that I don't even know if it's going to work. And I don't even know, I probably won't even be able to get a loan anyway. We already talked about that. And like, I'm turning 28 next month. Less than a month. And it's been, so I've been an adult for 10 years. Right? And I got nothing. Like, and I'm not worked 40 hours a week, got nothing. I try to be friendly, I got no friends. Like I'm a fairly classic nerd type guy. I like Warhammer and Lord of the Rings and Star Wars and Marvel and DC, and nobody else around me seems to. Like, I see people online talking about it all the time. Oh, me and my friends start going out and doing this, or we got a D&D group set up, and like, I can't even have that. Like, I wouldn't even know how to go about getting a girlfriend. The one girlfriend I had was a setup. Like I said, our moms were friends. They set us up together. And I thought I did the best I could. I didn't have the money. I couldn't do dates and stuff as often as I would have liked to. Just because I didn't have the money. I never have the money. And just more all the time. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm working as hard as I can. Like, I've done everything I can think of. I don't know what to do. I wanted to be somebody, I wanted to write. Like, I got all these ideas. Nobody ever supported it. Like, they'll tell you, oh, that's a great idea. That sounds so cool. But that's as far as it ever goes. They don't actually want to hear about it. I don't think, they never ask. Like, I tend to get lost in the conversation because I get so excited that somebody wants to hear, like, something that I get distracted in the conversation. I'm like, oh, I know something about this topic. Let me tell you everything I could possibly think of about this topic because I'm so excited that we have something in common. And oh, they didn't actually want to talk about this. I look up after I've said all I wanted to say, and I'm like, oh, you didn't actually care, did you? You're not gonna say anything about it. But you didn't care. And you resent the fact that I know anything about it and I talked about it. But I was just. I was just excited that somebody would have cared about the same things. And. Like. I don't know what to do. Like, I can't make friends. There's no romance for me. There's no success for me. There's no friendship for me. What do I have in 30 years, in 40 years? Am I just gonna be this 60, 70-year-old guy that looks around and I got nothing left? You know? I got nothing. Like, I started trying to get more in shape. I got this stuff to help with my hair and it seems to be growing back. You know, because I'm so stressed that it all felt like it started falling out. Like, you know, and I read from the church. The church owns the building. Like, they never said, oh, Brand, we see you're having trouble paying rent. Oh, we see you're behind. They never asked what my struggles were. They never asked, how can we help? You know, I'm out here, like, I'm eating instant mashed potatoes and ramen just so I can survive. There's no talk about, like, how can we help? It's just, when can I get my money? That's all it is. Like, and you say these high-minded ideas. You say talk about kindness and generosity and forgiveness, but you never extend it my way. It's just more, all the time. I'm so tired. I'm just so tired. And I'll pray, and I don't read my Bible like I should, but I'll like watch people talk about God and stuff on like YouTube or whatever. I know it's not the best, but it's what I have the attention and focus for. Because, like, they give you all that extra background information that I really enjoy. Just because I like knowing stuff. I like knowing more. And it's just so frustrating. Like, I try to do everything I can. And it's nothing. There's no... All of my works, all of everything I try to do turns to muck. It's just nothing. And I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know. I should probably leave it there. But I don't know. I just, for some reason, I felt like yelling into the camera would help me feel better, and I got some of the emotion out. I don't know. I should probably call Dad and ask him what he wants me to do, but I really don't want to. After last week, and then into this week, I was so excited. I thought, I'm finally going to have some money. I can start buying people birthday and Christmas gifts again. That's what I wanted to do. Like, I didn't have selfish intentions for the money. Like, so, that was, like, I just wanted to save up and maybe I'll be able to meet somebody and move out of here and, you know, have something, anything. You know, it's so depressing coming home every day and there's nobody here. You know, it's like I'll go, I'll go weeks, and I'll be in my house. Nobody comes talks to me, and I don't know what I ask people. Hey, I'd like to be able to meet new people. I'd like to try to make friends. How do I do that? I don't know how. And nobody ever gives me answers. So if they do, they're like, I don't really got friends either. I don't know how to meet people. I'm like, surely you do. Surely you got something. Somebody's got to have something. I know you talk to people. You talk about how you talk to people. You know, you talk about like, oh, my friend was doing this, and oh, they had this wedding. Oh, they had these. Somebody had just had this kid, and it's like, we're like, oh, you should go to Sunday school or whatever. I'm just like, a part of me wants to, but the other part of me doesn't, because it's just like I did all growing up. And for a long time into my adult years before I went over the road trucking and I didn't have the time anymore. I finally do have the time now. But like like I don't know how to approach people. I don't know and if I do, I don't know if they like me afterwards. And then I feel like such a this I remember coming out of high school. And I went to a Christian school that the church ran, so a lot of people I knew went to the same church I did, and none of those people talk to me anymore. They all got married and moved away. Like like these two guys. Right, one of them is my sister husband's brother. I've known him and we've gone to school together near constantly since the fourth grade. And another guy I've known, and we were in the same kindergarten class together, and we were in school for the same class for most of growing up. Neither of them invited me to their weddings. I didn't even know they were getting married until afterwards. They didn't include me in anything, and I tried to be friendly. We were never the best of friends because they were more sporty and I was more nerdy. But everyone was more sporty than I was, and I was more nerdy than everybody else. I'd be out there reading books, and they're like, "Yeah, I hate reading." I'm like, it's fun," because they all had brothers. They already had brothers. I just had the one sister, and Dad was over the road trucking, so I've always I I've never felt confident in doing all that kind of stuff. I'm usually more comfortable talking to usually older ladies, but they're always I could talk to them. I know how to navigate those conversations because I just use my mom as reference usually. But I usually don't like them. It's not oh, I can talk to you and I like talking to you as I know how to talk to you and so that you're not mad at me. But I don't actually we don't have anything in common. I don't enjoy these conversations. It's just a chore to maintain relationships at work or whatever. I don't I'm at a loss at how to fix my life. But I think I've rambled on for long enough. If anybody's got any advice or anything that's just not call me stupid, that's never appreciated. But I feel like a lot. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it there. Anyway, you all have a nice day.